Hello, hello, and welcome. I am Web Weaver, and I'm so glad you have found my channel here today. This is where I do a one card tarot reading just to give us some guidance for our day ahead. As always, these readings are for entertainment purposes only, and I am using the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck, which is different than traditional tarot. So I do have notes that I pull from to help guide my reading. All right, so today, right now in this video, I am doing the reading for Tuesday, December 9th. I'm getting it done a little early because my evenings right now from having my wisdom teeth pulled, I feel like my teeth are all shifting a little bit. And by the time evening gets here, my mouth just hurts. So talking is not necessarily something I really relish doing. So um, we're going to go ahead and just get this done. Plus I have daylight. Daylight's always good. All right. Tuesday, December 9th. What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for Tuesday? What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for Tuesday? What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for Tuesday? What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for Tuesday? What do we need to know for the day? All right, I'm going to split the deck. I do not read reversals. And we have the Sage. Let me bring you down. All right, so this is one of the major arcana cards. It's card number 7. And we are very much, we relate the triple goddess to the times of year, and we're very much in that time of the crone, so the sage is the counterpart to that. So a sagacious older man who is entertaining, expressive, knowledgeable, informative, and a little mystical or wizard-like. This card represents the sharing of knowledge or communication, voice of society and civilization with a flair for the dramatic, an affinity for young people, a deep thinker. Represents sage advice both given and received, knowing when to offer it and when to heed it. Some family traditions can be a benefit, but some can impede our growth. We need to listen with a modicum of detachment. Be open to the awareness that you may be embracing generational traditions or beliefs that no longer serve. So, sharing of knowledge, communication, the voice of society and civilization. Man, do we need some sage advice in this society and civilization today. Okay. Um, it represents both giving of knowledge and receiving. So the other day we had the card where we were told that we need to document our life's journey in some way. We need to be um, leaving wisdom for our youth. And we've kind of gotten away from that. A lot of things that our grandparents knew how to do, we don't. And I'm an elder millennial, so the younger generations are even worse because we don't necessarily have those skills to pass on. Some of us, myself included, are trying to relearn things that we were not taught. I'm trying to get my garden going so that I can do some pressure canning and saving of food and seeds and all the things for basic food survival skills. We take our kids camping to learn uh, skills out in the wild. Um, things that we weren't necessarily taught that we've had to teach ourselves we're trying to relearn to pass on. So any sage advice that you can give, this seems like it ties into that previous card. But also be willing to heed it when it is given to you. If you are being given sage advice, even if it's not what you wanted to hear, but you know it's the right answer, you know those moments, we all have those moments where you just have to accept that this is what you have to do, this is what needs done, this is the lesson you need to learn, even though you don't want to learn it. Heed that sage advice. It also tells us it's a time to look at our generational traditions and beliefs, things that have been passed down to us, especially at this time of year. There's lots of traditions at this time of year. It's okay to decide, you know what? That one doesn't work anymore, doesn't work for me. But then you can find a new one. My family, I'm starting this year because last year I was a little late jumping into the game there. We're going to start doing the first day hikes on New Year's Day. So we can go for a hike in a local park on New Year's Day, and they do it nationwide. So if that's something you enjoy, you could start that tradition. But take a look at your traditions and beliefs, especially at this most sacred time of year for all people, and decide what works and what doesn't, and let go of what doesn't. That is the sage thing to do. All right, so if you would like to meditate on the imagery of this card, feel free. Otherwise, I will be back tomorrow with our next reading. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your Monday and that you have a day of giving and receiving sage advice on Tuesday. Blessed be.